Clippers is the live call-in show where you, the fan, get to interact and have your voice heard about the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls dropped a ridiculous game, 108-103 at home versus the Clippers. After having a 19-point lead, they completely fall apart. Kid, you're ready to break down this trash fire?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's get it on. After an incredible start to this game, where the Bulls seemed to be firing on all cylinders from three-point range, they completely collapsed after the half. After leading by 19, the Chicago Bulls became so soft in the hustle department and the turnover department that we completely blew this game. Zach had a chance to actually, I believe, take the lead with getting fouled on a three-pointer, making one of three. This team has no heart. This team has no soul. And as far as I'm concerned, blow it up. Kid, what's your reaction?
It's a lot of things that just did that. It's a lot of things that went well. Too many things went well. So this goes to show you that some of the crucial things that you put your core together for to finish out games is something's amiss there. It's like it's always one or the other. This is the first time in a while we had 6 people in double digits. If you just looked at it from a statistical standpoint, it's only going to be one thing that jumps out at you. It's going to be the turnovers. It's always something. We're not stringing together some of the things that just some of those really intangibles that help us get over the hump. It just leaves us in this space of mediocrity. And I cannot stand it because we are better. We are much better than what we're putting on the floor. We're much better than what this box score says. There's no way we lose this game or should have lost this game. You look at it, points in the paint. We didn't get dominated. There. There's just so much there. It's always that one thing. And I'm so frustrated. I can't even think straight because it's like, yo, we have 30 more games of this. 30 something more, whatever's left. I think we're at 50 games. Yeah, we had God.
We have 32 games left. 32 of these things.
That's frustrating. It's frustrating. You know what it is? It's like seeing someone, it's like having a best friend waste their life away.
Yeah.
When you know that they can do so much more or so much better.
Yep.
That's what it feels like. It's like, I know you can do it.
Yeah.
And you're still not doing it. And that's pissing me off, bro. God.
Yep. The best cook I ever knew worked at a hamburger place. And he never wanted to get out of that bubble. And I feel like we got a lot of hamburger chefs at the Bulls. Let's take our first caller here. How you doing, caller? Shay, what's up?
I'm getting real mad right now, you know. And I'm getting real mad. And tonight just showed me something.
What's that?
Why tonight showed me why Zach LaVine will never be trusted in the clutch. Will never be trusted in the clutches.
Yeah.
And last time that I checked, if somebody is the leading scorer and you see that the other team can't stop them, why is it that you don't go to them in the clutches? I understand that DeMar DeRozan has hit some good shots, but I understand Zach LaVine is supposed to be our star player, but you got to go to the big man. And another thing, when we need a three-point shot, why isn't Patrick Williams in the damn game? And P-Kid, I remember saying something exactly like that early on this season. Not the same story that you just told, but like I remember me saying that a smart kid that doesn't do the work and that you know they can do better. Remember when I said that, Marcus?
Yeah, that's what we just said just a few minutes ago.
Ooh, this is so frustrating. The fact that you were up 19, and I'm sorry, Billy, what is with you not playing Andre Drummond? Because he got 5 rebounds in 4 minutes.
Sounds like we're about to trade him because it doesn't it sure sound like we don't want him getting hurt?
I understand all that, but in this game, you kind of gotta go throw some shit to the wind and hey, it's better to be safe than sorry. And I feel like he would have helped out a lot in this game if we had to put him in earlier.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see.
To me, this is almost like too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah,
because when we sit there and say, hey, why didn't we go back to Vooch, stuff like that? Because there's 2 other players that are vying for that particular shot. Now, here's the one thing I do know: without one of them on the floor, they do like to play that 2-man game, right? That we know works. We've seen Zach look for Vooch and cook willingly. We've seen DeMar at times look for Vooch and cook willingly. They work together like that. All 3 of them in close games, stuff like that. It just hasn't come together the same way. I'm not going to say they've never played well together because that would be a lie. That's a flat out lie. Anyone says that you're dumb, you're not watching the game. Shut up. But it doesn't happen on such a consistent basis that you can bet on it. If I was a betting man, I wouldn't bet on them on the floor in the closeout game. I wouldn't. I already know where the ball's not going to go to the mismatch with like Vooch. The ball's going to who? Who took the last shot today still?
DeMar.
It's going to DeMar.
DeMar DeRozan.
It's going to DeMar. We know that. I'm not saying it because I've said this before, and I'm not saying it because he's bad. One of them have to go for the sake of continuity and to be able to take the next leap of this team. They cannot coexist, and that's okay to admit. Trade DeMar. I would you've paid Zach. I would keep Zach. Zach's here. You've paid him. He's younger. I would keep him. I would get rid of DeMar just for the pieces. That's not to say that he's bad. I think DeMar is the best player on this team, but you've hitched your wagon to Zach. I don't think you should have, but you did. You have to live with that. Get him some other pieces to coexist with him and see where it goes.
Another thing, I look at it like this. If the way I see it is this, you gotta make some other plays for other people, because the way I see it, when 2 of your best players get 2 straight turnovers, that means you gotta look for Pete Will, look for Ayo DeSumo, and then 2. I'm sorry, when will people realize we win a lot of these games when we do what? Ball movement, not necessarily isolation basketball.
Well, we did it for a quarter. We did it for 1 quarter, and even on the live call, we were going inside to Vooch and then outside to a 3-point shooter. Imagine that. Imagine running it through Vooch and seeing what happens. Wow. Good job, Billy. Amazing. And then we went away from it and got our ass kicked.
And I'm gonna say this, say this.
All right.
When you don't come in this motherfucker pissed off that you lost, something's wrong. This is your job. A lot of people in the G League are looking to fight every day to get this position. Shout out to Jimmy Butler.
Is he listening? Thanks, Shay. Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you, Shay. Hey, listen, I'm not disagreeing with anything Shay said. I would just say this because I hear these takes a lot. We've all been, and if you've worked long enough at any organization, you've seen it. When you know the ship is being steered wrong, at some point you just there to collect your check.
Yeah, and they are. They seem like
right.
It.
And so I'm not going to blame any individual player, because after a while, it's a bunch of things that have to get right. So ultimately, there's a management component to this that has to right this ship.
You got to
right?
call.
There's a management from the rosters down, from Billy to how they construct the rosters with AK. Like there's a part of that hey, you got to do better. Right. And that trickles down. So I'm not going to necessarily go hard on that one. But I will say this. ISO ball is not the enemy. Every team in the NBA has a guy who can get you a bucket, or a guy or 2 who can get you a bucket in the clutch. That's why they get paid the big bucks. ISO ball was never going to go away. It's when you decide to invoke that. It's when you decide to say, hey, we need you to get this. We need you to go for yours. Steph does play a lot of ISO. They call a lot of plays for Steph Curry. It just looks different because it's 1,000 down screens. Screen. Who's taking a shot? You know who's taking a shot. It's the guy who got 3,300 threes, god dang it. Like, you know who's taking a shot. It exists for a reason. Your stars are your stars. But right now, our roster construction is not good. We have too many people trying to do too many things that's not clicking the same way. Right? At one point, the Clippers looked the exact same way we did. The difference is Paul George is better than Zach LaVine and Kawhi Leonard is better than DeMar. That's just it. They figured it out a little bit. They've won some stuff.
Yeah, we got extra wheels on the bike. It's like training wheels when we don't need them. I mean, you can still run a bike with training wheels, but you don't go as fast.
You ain't going nowhere as fast.
All right, let's take another call. Chicago Bulls abusive relationship hotline. How can we help you? What's up?
You know, I can't even say nothing to that, man.
That was a good one.
Oh my God, man! What's good, PK? What's good, Marcus?
How you doing, Jamal?
Man? Oh my God, man! This was a frustrating game, man. I know we talked on these topics. You guys talked about it, but I was screaming down the stretch of that game, and I just kept screaming the same thing: get the ball to Vooch. Just get the ball. They didn't even have Zubac out there in the fourth quarter. They had Batum out there in the fourth quarter. I just kept saying it. Get it to Vooch. Even if they come in double team, because that double team is a really good defensive team. As we've seen, they led us to 20 turnovers, 14 of them in the second half. But I kept saying, get it to Vooch, because even if they come in double, he's going to be able to pass it back out. And he's going to find the right man, and we're going to get great ball movement. I don't know why we did that. Like, and again, PK, you made a great point. ISO ball is there for a reason. I'm a Warriors fan. I'm a bandwagon Warriors fan. I admit that. I love watching the Warriors play, but I'm only a bandwagon fan. I don't got no shame in my game. But the one thing that I do notice, even going back to last year when they won the chip, PK, you called those games. You remember this. In that game, and down the stretch, especially like game 6, they gave the ball to Steph Curry and said, go to work. Yep. You know, go to work, Steph. But you know what they never lost, though? That ball movement throughout the game. They never stopped moving the ball, even down the stretch. Unless they was like, okay, we're giving it to Steph and let him go ISO and bring it home. They moved the ball down the stretch of those games, and that's not what I'm seeing here. I said, get the ball to Vooch. Get it to him. Zach took a horrible shot. That three-point shot, yeah, you got fouled for it and everything, but that was a horrible shot to take in the first place. And in the second, you come off missing 2 out of the 3. Like, come on, dog. You're an 85% shooter. You missed 2 out of the 3. DeMar, you kept getting stripped every time you went in there. They were playing you for that, and you kept going back in there and ISOing it when it wasn't the time to do so. And it just, oh my God, this was just such a frustrating night. And like PK said, it always seems like there's one thing that messes us up. On one game, we won't have ball movement, and that throws everything away. Then we'll have too much ball movement, and then we have turnovers like tonight. Or maybe that's working for us, but then we're not focusing on rebounding. You know, it's always one thing that screws us up at the end of the game.
It's like, I feel like I need to give Billy a PDF of a checklist of things to make sure that happen during the game, right? Rebounding, going for loose balls.
That's what
don't play ISO,
for.
go into Vooch, right? Let's all construct a checklist for Billy and send him a PDF at Chicago Bulls and see if he can do it. You know, they all got clipboards. They all have clipboards. I don't know what they're using them for. It certainly doesn't have Marco's name on it anywhere.
No, Marco. I seriously think that they just look at Marco as like, why are you here?
Yeah, I was watching. Like,
Hayes got that joke where he's like, dang, you're a ball boy. You know, you look at Marco like, dang, you're a tall ball boy. You ever thought about playing basketball? He's like, I do play. I'm on the team.
Yeah.
What? You know, I don't.
I was watching.
And again,
I was watching the feed that showed what the scoreboard had on it, you know, and all that, like the NBA TV feed. Thanks a lot, NBA League Pass. Yeah, I live in Southern California. I don't live in LA. I can't watch the Clipper games on TV if I wanted to, but you still blocked me out, you assholes. So I pirated the whole stream. So thanks.
Yeah, it's weird.
Assholes. So, but hey, let me throw this at you. Hold on.
And that's how it is with Indiana. Well, I can watch Indianapolis games, but I feel you on that.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear Indianapolis commentators.
Yeah, it happened to me. It happened to me last year when I was in Mississippi, of all places. Oh, sorry, you can't watch the game. Why?
Yeah.
Anyway, what I was getting to is what do you who on this team are you going to let go of when it comes to trades? We're approaching the trade deadline. They've said, Vooch, Zach, and DeMar are untouchable. They've pretty much said Caruso's untouchable. Well, then what do they want? There's nothing left. You got Io, you got Kobe. What are we going to get from that? A superstar? No. Would Jay Crowder fix this team? Maybe. No. I mean, maybe
it's so much more than.
I mean, he might even out the testosterone level. Him and Drummond together might actually, make the T count of the rest of the guys go up since they're so soft. As I said on the stream, or as I said in chat, I think the Bulls locker room is the only one that has a tampon dispenser in it. And it ain't because of the WNBA. So
I can't even say that because, hey, Cootie Cat is the strongest thing in the world, in my opinion. It gives birth to babies. So, at the same time,
how can we even
disrespect it like that?
Maybe they need Candace Parker to go into the locker room and teach the boys how to play with balls. I don't know.
Probably. If she don't even like them. Don't you got a whole
what? The funny thing is, I will jump in and say I would go get Jay Crowder.
Yeah.
Because Jay Crowder has something that no one else on this team has. And you know what? It's very easy to know. Jay Crowder has done something no one else on this team has. What's that?
Got knocked out by an elbow.
He's made it to a finals.
Well, Caruso
he made it to back-to-back finals.
Caruso did. Yeah, Caruso did. I give you that. But that experience right there is different. And right now, the only person that has that experience on our team, besides Caruso, I think is DeMar. But his rise and fall from the ECF is a storyline that we thought would end his career. So I don't look at it the same.
Yeah,
you need more vets there. You need more vets there who are comfortable with helping develop the young talent that they have, helping that young talent, not trying to be stars. I don't want people that are over the hill, but people who are comfortable within their own skin and know their roles. DeMar came to the Bulls trying to revitalize his career, and he did that, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
He has nothing to prove. But that's not the right thing to have when you have Zach trying to do what he does. And they can be as buddy as they want to. It hasn't translated to a whole lot of wins. So it's like, hey, at a certain point, I gotta spread my wings a little bit. They're at two different stages of their career. You gotta find something there. And if I was them, I would definitely look at that. It's a couple teams I would look at to make a move with DeMar being a part of, simply because I truly believe that they both would do better on a separate team. I just do. I have that feeling. I look at them and I say, hey, this is not Kawhi and PG. This is not. Kawhi has nothing to prove. PG almost has nothing to prove. You know who he is. Zach has something to prove. DeMar has something to prove. It's a different storyline. You think that don't affect those players? You lying.
Zach has one playoff win in his life. That's it. That's a max player. One playoff win. Nate Robinson got you that.
If I could say one thing before I bounce out you guys, when you look at championship teams of the past, and I'm not saying we're anywhere near that level, but just to get to that next stage, it's two things that every championship team does consistently. They trust and they sacrifice. Michael Jordan had to do it. Michael was a 35-point per game scorer. Phil Jackson said, I need you to drop down to 23. Mike said, I'm not dropping, but I will sacrifice my points and trust my teammates some more. LeBron James had to learn to trust his teammates down the stretch, or trust and sacrifice in certain aspects of the game. Every championship team does that. Golden State Warriors, They trust and they sacrifice. Steph is the type of player that if he sees Klay Thompson is hot, if he sees Draymond Green is hot, he's going to continue to go to them until something else changes. With this team, it's like down the stretch of games where we're really in, it's just straight, give the ball to DeMar and let him go to work. And I'm like, you have two other scorers, especially Vooch, down there who can score buckets, who has won games. And sometimes, DeMar, you can't care about getting that 30 points that you want and hitting those big shots. Sometimes you have to see what worked for us through the first three quarters. Oh, I know. I got the ball down to Vooch, and he made the right pass. Let's try that again. Or sometimes Zach is like, hey, Zach, let's not take that step back 3-point shot with 14 seconds up on the clock and drive and see if there's an open man coming up or if I get to the lane, something. But there's a lot of trust and sacrifice when you look at championship teams that comes with them. They sacrifice numbers and everything for other numbers, and they trust each other wholeheartedly. I'm going to trust that you're going to make the shot when I pass it to you. I'm going to trust that you're going to make the right play when I pass it to you. With this team, it's too much like we do the right thing in the beginning, and then down the end, it's like, okay, who's got it? I'm going to take over. I'm going to take over. I'm going to take over. That hero ball plays a part, but it's not everything to win games, especially big games and championships. So there's going to have to be a change up. And like I said, I don't expect them to make any trades on the trade deadline, nothing major. But in the offseason, some changes are going. Hey, they better start singing Sam Cooke. A change is going to come. You feel me? A change is going to come.
Oh yeah, the wins are coming.
Appreciate
man,
you calling
thanks for calling in. Appreciate you.
Always.
All right, take care, man. Yeah, that's the thing. It's just every fan has virtually the same aspect of.
I want to throw this in, and then I'll make a separate video. I won't take too much of this time. I want to hear from other people.
Yeah.
Don't buy into the whole these people are untouchable thing.
No.
Jay Crowder himself, that we just brought up in this whole thing, was on a team in which all the players wanted him back. He had no conflict with the coaches, and they sent him home. He's been at home this entire time. And at quote, this is a quote by him. It has nothing to do with anything financial or any contract talks. That's his. Now he could be lying. That's possible. He could absolutely be lying. They could be doing. But at the end of the day, if you watch the Suns and you saw when he was playing well, he brought a level of grit to that team that was necessary for what they were trying to do.
Yeah.
And without him, they took a step back. It was obvious. You saw it. Why am I bringing that up? It's people who we've seen that were. DeMar is one of them. That Young is one of them. That Young got his contract guaranteed by this organization, and they were like, hey, they guaranteed his contract. He was training, and 2 days later his agent said, yeah, you got traded.
Yeah,
they guaranteed his contract and used it as leverage to get DeMar here. So they told him to his agent his agent was there. They spoke face to face. They said he's good, he's coming back. Traded him 2 days later. If you honestly think that no one's tradable, is everything's off the table, it's a business. It's the business of basketball is always going to be the most important thing.
We traded
if AK wants to really make an impact, he's looking at this roster like something got to shake.
Yeah.
Somebody, hey, what are my most valuable pieces? What's not happening? Somebody's gonna go.
We traded away the MVP Rookie of the Year, Derrick Rose. So don't think anybody's untouchable on this team. Because Zach LaVine traded away Rose.
Boston traded away IT after he took them to the final.
I know.
Come on.
All right, we're gonna go to a new caller. How you doing, caller?
Yo, hello.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up, bro?
What's up, family? Just wanted to call in and say, man, the Bulls have no direction. Either we blow the team up or we make some really big magic trade happen. But I feel like the Bulls are lost right now. And yeah, that's about it.
What do you think is the best move? I'm sure as a Bulls fan, maybe you've been reading Bleacher Report or some of the other things that happen on Twitter in terms of other teams that envision our players on their roster. Any trades out there that you've seen that entice you that you would take advantage of, like Jay Crowder or some other ones?
I've heard about the Jay Crowder one. I wouldn't mind. But to bring in a player like Jay Crowder, it won't make a difference, in my opinion. We'll still be a bottom seed team, like 8, 7, 6 if we pick it up. But I don't like that really. I say we move Vucevic somewhere else and try to get some picks and maybe a young piece, or maybe try to move DeMar or something. But that's my side to it. And yeah, we'll see how it plans out. But it's kind of tough watching these Bulls games. You know, it's kind of hard.
It's very tough because unlike in years past, when we know we didn't have a roster or at least a coaching staff, or in the Gar Pax era, we were misguided. We were a team with no compass, and now we're a team with a compass but no motor.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. And me and my homies, we don't like the coach no more. We feel like his rotations are sloppy.
You guys are talking about this?
I don't know.
Where are you and your homies talking about this?
We stay in Belmont and Cragen area in Chicago.
Yeah.
So whenever we hang out, we don't like the Bulls, man. It's kind of hard watching them now.
Yeah. Well, they're the only game in town right now, and there's only 32 games left. So the Band-Aid is almost off.
Band-Aid is almost off.
All right, man. Well, thanks for calling in, and shout out to you and your homies.
Good night, folks.
All right, man. Take care.
There's 32 games left. Do you realize? I know you realize, but just for those who are tuning in, we appreciate you all who've tuned in. It's been a really tough season, so we appreciate you all coming back for the post game, even though a lot of times it's more than half the time it's not good news. So I appreciate you tuning in.
Yeah.
Do you realize that we can go 20-12, which is a good record over the next 32 games, and we will still be slightly over 500?
Yeah, but we're not going to go
so much so that we
route.
probably would still be a bottom tier team fighting for a playoff spot.
Yeah, that's the thing, is if you go on a 5-6 game win streak, you're actually like the number 7 seed or something like that. 8 or 6. I don't know. Let's take another call. Bulls Mental Health Hotline. How you doing?
What's up, man? This is James calling once again.
Hey, man.
What's up, Jay?
What are you feeling?
I'm gonna say I said it once. I'm gonna say it again. Soft as cottonelle tissue.
Yeah.
Heart pumping Kool-Aid. No, not even Kool-Aid. Non-sugary Tang.
Yeah.
Ponytails on their hearts, man. This team is soft. And not only are they soft, they are the dumbest basketball team probably in the league right now, okay? I have never seen a situation where I've never seen a basketball team do something so well and in the same game do the complete opposite of it. Vucevic was cooking the Clippers.
Yeah.
Cooking them.
Yeah.
And just like that, we go away from them. I don't understand listen, with the relation between Zach and DeMar and Vooch, I don't know what the hell is going on right there. If I'm Vooch, I'm looking at Zach, I'm looking at DeMar and say, give me the damn ball. I'm looking at Billy Donovan, who seems to have no backbone. I'm screaming at him, give me the damn ball. Because if you get played through Vooch, this team is not predictable. And once Zach and DeMar get to, it's his turn, I guess it's my turn. Once they play in that mode, it's easy to defend. You got 5 guys watching you. Give the ball to DeMar, to the Vooch, then that makes things easier. Basketball is so simple. So simple, man. And I'm just sick of this team. We don't deserve to make the playoffs. We do not deserve it. Zach does not deserve I'm sorry. I try to give Zach some leeway. He don't deserve the max contract we gave him.
No.
He does not deserve it. DeRozan, look, I love DeRozan as a Bull. Something's not clicking. And I feel, and out of everybody, I feel the worst for Vooch I feel the worst for Caruso and Io and Patrick, because something tells me DeMar being there and that toxic combination between Zach and DeMar has completely stifled their growth and has completely stifled Vooch. At this point, blow it up and let's start from scratch again. Sick of this team, sick of this organization, and I'm just disgusted. Soft.
You got it. Hey, man, thanks for calling in and getting it off your chest. Appreciate it.
Anytime.
All right.
Appreciate you. Hey, I gotta say this though. I don't feel bad for Caruso because Caruso's been playing like trash for most of the season.
Yeah, he has.
Caruso's been playing like complete, and he gets the opportunity. He gets the shots. He gets the playing time to be effective on the floor. I don't feel sorry for Io. Why? Because he gets the playing time to be on the floor. And realistically, if you want to give anyone more shots, give Io more shots. It sounds real big and bad on the live when you say Io take the shot and he missed it. What is he doing? You know, Io's 4'7".
Yeah,
that's a little over 50%.
right.
I don't know any player I don't know any player outside of a big man that consistently goes over 50%. And the guards you do have do it, legendary guards.
Yeah.
Legendary forwards. KD is a legendary forward, 50% from the line.
Yeah.
Like, he's pretty efficient. You give him more shots. You give Io more shots, he can do more. He give you more. You know who cooked us tonight that no one's talking about?
Who?
Not Zubac, not PG, not Kawhi. Kawhi had 30, but not Kawhi. Kawhi was 11 for 24. Norman Powell had 27 points.
Yeah, he did.
Norman Powell's been a bucket since I saw him in Portland. Been a bucket, a easy bucket. 27 points. No one even talks about it. Quiet 27. Right? Who was sticking him?
Nobody good.
Hey, they was cooking, right? But guess what? Norman Powell, third option, takes advantage of his opportunity, gets you a bucket.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't feel bad for some of these players. I don't feel bad for P. Will because I didn't have to have this man's high school coach tell him to shoot. I don't feel bad for that guy. You make too much money for someone to have to tell you to shoot the ball.
Worst fourth.
Hey, do you all realize that at the beginning of the season, we were just happy that he was taking shots, not whether he made them. Take the shot. That's all we wanted you to do. Make or miss. All right, cool. We building up some confidence. That's how much leeway we gave him. I don't want to hear he's young. I don't want to hear he's young because we could Kobe White at 21. Kobe White was 21, making a bunch of mistakes. We didn't give him that leeway. Laurie Marketing was 21, making a bunch of mistakes. We didn't give him that leeway.
Yeah,
we didn't give him any of that leeway. I'm not trying to hear he's young. Some of you all just you hit your wagon to certain people and you all make excuses just because you like them.
Yeah.
Or just because he got drafted high. No, I don't feel bad for anybody. They had the opportunity. P. Will get starter minutes. P. Will's gotten starter minutes. Look at it. He's gotten minutes. I don't feel bad for none of those guys.
No, you're right. All right, let's get out to the phone lines again. How you doing, caller?
What's up, man? This is Ricky Fontaine. What up, y'all?
Hey,
what's up, Ricky?
Ricky, how you doing, man?
I mean, I would say good, but not after this game.
Yeah, well, good to hear your voice anyway.
What I see, basically, the blueprint is out, and I think the Knicks started it. I don't know, P-Kid, you got a good memory, but remember when the Knicks just sat in the corners and just waited? I think it was the Knicks again, when they just was waiting on the passes to the corners. They just played DeMar off and didn't jump in his pump fakes because, sooner or later he going to pass it or he just going to shoot a bad shot. And they just jumped on the passes every time. I think it was Brunson that kept doing it, as a matter of fact.
Yep.
If you notice since that game, that's been going on a lot now. Like, ain't nobody falling for them. Everybody finally kind of stopped falling for them fakes, and they sitting on that passing lane. And they just sitting there and they waiting on it. And the Clippers definitely did that tonight. Everybody had about 2 to 3 steals on a team. It was crazy. Like,
it's like,
kind of
Ricky, I feel like in situations like tonight where we come off and lead by 19, I feel like Ty Lue made adjustments and Billy did no adjustments to counter that. And they just ran over us the whole game.
I always said, in my opinion, that Ty Lue is the best coach in the NBA when it comes to making adjustments.
Over Steve Kerr, huh?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Easily. easily. Like Steve Kerr got you know, he's you could say he's a better coach, but when it comes to adjusting, that's Ty Lue all day. Like other than like that 3-1 comeback or whatever, like we could throw that out the window for sure that Denver did. But when it just come to like making like adjustments, when something going wrong, he sees something and he switches up every time. And if that don't work, he changes again. I think Steve Kerr just got an oil machine that just can't be beat.
Yeah,
I think I agree with you in the simple fact that Ty Lue had to come and build a system. And he had to modify that system due to the fact that he had his star players not be available, and he was still able to get you winning in productive basketball. Steve Kerr inherited a team that was already on its way up, but there is a difference between those who can get you to be competitive and those who get you to a championship level. I think Steve Kerr was necessary for that, so it's not taking anything away from these coaches. They just they won in their own different ways. But I do think that on the fly and what he's dealt with, Ty Lue was it doesn't get the credit he deserves. I don't want to say he's better. I don't know how he would have coached the Warriors, but he definitely deserves credit. A lot of credit.
Right. In both situations, they both do what they do well.
So Ricky, I know you're an avid Bulls fan because I see you everywhere, but what are these trades that you've seen that have been published out there are enticing for you?
I mean, I don't pay attention to what they be saying because every time what they be saying don't happen. It's just always people just throwing something out there. You know what I'm saying? Like until there's some real rumblings, I ain't paying no attention. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like as far as like Jay Crowder, he don't move the needle for the Bulls. He moves the needle for somebody that's championship material. We not championship material. Now, if we had like last year and you know a healthy Zoe, then yeah, he'd be good for us. But like he good for like if he go to Milwaukee, you know what I'm saying? Maybe if he go back to Miami, or you know what I'm saying, or if Phoenix would actually play him like that type of team. If he come over here, like he'll probably help us get like 3-4 wins or whatever. But like we just too much of a mess for him. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it's time to just move on from some stuff and just say, hey, we tried, because like right now there literally is no direction, and almost every team in the NBA got some type of direction. What is our direction? We got vets that's not vets. Like, just because you're a vet don't make you a leader. You get what I'm saying? DeMar not a leader. Vooch not a leader. None of that. They older, but they don't know how to get everybody listening to them.
You know what? It reminds me of that phrase, hope is not a strategy.
Hope is not a strategy.
Yeah. And that's
like
right.
It's like I ain't even gonna lie. Like I ain't mean to cut y'all off. I ain't even gonna lie. Toronto said, you know, like they don't want OG Anunoby. Y'all want DeMar back?
No, I wouldn't sell DeMar that short now. Come on now. DeMar's much better than that, bro.
Why not?
Barnes.
Why not? One thing he gonna play some lockdown D. We talking about arguably the best wing guarder in the NBA other than like Drew Holiday. And
I would, if you move DeMar, I wouldn't move DeMar for nothing other than a point guard and some bench pieces. Because I think if you're going to give back the opportunity to take the shot,
with you there too, because the anything that we missing is the point guard. And I'm here with you for that. But like I see like a rising star with that, and then you just like try to figure that mess out too later. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like he get better every year, and he's locked down. He can hit the three. Like I'm worried about the floor being spread, which is he could do, and somebody play defense. So we could like Pat good at defense, but he can't guard everybody. And then on top of that, when we talk about his rebounding, like it's a reason why he don't rebound high. I ain't saying he's the best rebounder, but one, you can't put him out in the corner. He's not going to get many offensive rebounds. Then you put him on the best perimeter player, and he's not going to crash because he got to get back on defense. So like, I think whatever it is, like he'd be better off if he just didn't have to guard the best player. And then that's what I'm saying. Like, and OG can do that and score. Like, you can put him on stuff and whatever. And then, like, Zach won't be, like, I don't even know where to go with Zach. Zach's the most talented, dumbest person I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Right. He really is.
He is the softest max player I've ever seen in my life. Ever. Like, and then he has the dumbest quotes. Yeah, you know me, you know what I do. Yeah, I know what you do.
Yeah,
that's 2 out of 3 free throws.
That's the thing that really that's the thing that irks me is like this shit that he say. Like he, you know, it's like it's like he a me player. It's not even like he is. It's evident he's a me player because, like you said, the way he talk after games, like nothing. He don't take fault. He don't hold himself accountable. He has no accountability.
I have to say this: that go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I wasn't about to say nothing. Go ahead.
The only thing I will say about Zach, and I don't know if anyone watches this show, but if you look at KG and Big Tick, the Ticket and Truth and KG, whatever his show name is, KG and Paul Pierce, he mentioned a Dame for Zach trade that I cannot unsee. The reason being, Zach goes back west where he's grown up. He went to UCLA. He goes back out west. He's closer to home. We know that he wanted to go out west, and that's a Portland team that's still trying to build. You get younger there, and you do right by Dame. What do I mean by that? Because the money works out. The money works out. You could put Dame in a situation where you're in a big market. If it doesn't work out with you and whoever's left on the roster, they can build around you a little bit. They can try to maximize the rest of your prime or career. Dame needs to get out of Portland because it's not big enough of a market yet for him to sit there and have free agents come and stuff. Chicago is. Dame in a Chicago jersey with what he's doing in Portland would be totally different. Imagine, like, look at crazy we went for DeMar last season with all those game winners. Dame's been putting up 60, 50, stuff like that. Dame's been doing it, and Dame's a point guard. Dame's been doing it by averaging 7 to 8 assists a game. So I can see us doing something like that because Dame's not that much older. I think he's a little younger than DeMar, but definitely older than Zach. I can see something like that happening.
Yeah, because but
I don't see anything else with those 3 stars. Like it has to be something big, and it has to fill a need. You need a point guard. Io's not a point guard.
Like Dame making like 60 mil.
Hey, and here's the thing: Portland. I see everyone. Portland's not trading Dame. I don't think you all understand. Dame's not leaving Portland. Dame doesn't want to be known as the guy who left or quit. He wants to get it out the mud.
I agree with all that. He let us know every week, so I agree with that. Like,
but from an organizational standpoint, when you look at their roster, what they got, what they're trying to build, he's not in that timeline. You may have to do what's right by him and say, "Hey, we love you, but we got to
turn into Anthony and Shaden team soon." So like I get that. Like, yeah, if you could do that, then do that. Like, I wish you could just do DeMar and shit instead, but like, hey,
Dame has never had a DeMar.
How long is Caruso leash with Billy?
Very.
Because I don't know if y'all notice if anybody like screw up, I don't want to curse. If anybody screw up, like, you know, you got like 2 and then Billy yank you. Like, Caruso got like 5 of them, and he just still be out there. Like, he could get in foul trouble. He could just throw the ball out of bounds. He could smoke a layup that's just easy to make, and it's like, it's okay. It's okay because he's going to get a deflection.
Yeah, that's why Billy leaves him in, because he's like.
You want to know why Billy leaves him in? In 23 minutes,
you tell me.
That man was 100% from 3. That man was 100% from the field. Out of the 4,
give me nights when he's just out there screwing up, bro.
Check this out. Out of the 6 steals we got, he got 2 of them. Out of the 6 blocks we got, he got 2 of them. That's why he's on the floor.
Again, I'm not even talking about tonight. I'm talking about.
I don't even like him being on the floor half the time. But that's why he's on the floor. I can't sit there and say anything about it.
I get it, but it's sometimes when he hurting more than helping. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, like, I agree with you. 100%.
Say that again, kid. What'd you say? Anyway, well, hey, Ricky, we got to move along. I got a couple other callers here, but thanks for calling in, bro.
Yeah, go
Appreciate
ahead.
you.
Yep.
All right, man.
Hey, Rick, I felt like I cut you off. My fault, my man. It's a little delay on the playback.
It's all good. I'm gonna step away, kid. I'm gonna put this caller on, and you can talk to him, and I'll be like right back.
Cool.
So, how you doing, caller?
What's good, kid? What's good, Marcus? This is Big T one more time.
Hey, Big T.
Hey, T, what's happening? Big T, I can't hear you. Can't hear him. We lost him for a little bit. Hey, listen, those in the chat, those in the comment, talk to me real quick. Gonna see what's happening with Big T. Big T, if you can hear me, give us a second. I think when Marcus is back, I think he accidentally muted you. So if y'all in the chat, y'all can hear me, just give me a thumbs up in the chat. We can keep it moving till we get Marcus back. How Levine missed 2 out of 3 free throws. You know what, man? Here's the thing. I like the fact that we are holding him accountable, right? We're holding Zach accountable. But it happens, bro. It happens. I think the one thing about Zach's game the reason why I'm not going to kill Zach, we lost Big T when you stepped away, Marcus.
Damn. Sorry, T. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, sorry, man. I messed up.
Oh, you good. You good. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, I was just going on my little rant until PA stopped me.
Sorry,
but man, Billy Donovan,
little...
I've been his biggest advocate, yo. But tonight he has proven me to be not the coach that I thought he was. I mean, when the Clippers went small ball, he had Drummond, and Drummond was low-key cooking. And as soon as the Clippers went small, he went straight into their hands and played small. Then at the end of the game, the whole world know you going to DeMar, and you draw a play up for him. They denied the ball, and you put Caruso in a bad position because they denied him. That man has completely lost my respect. But, P, I got to give you some pushback on the Jay Crowder, and I'm going to throw some numbers out there to you so you can understand where I'm coming from. Acme has fell victim to that new GM want to put a stamp on the team and overhauling the team. So one thing that I say, Jay Crowder is not that guy. We need some size, because the one thing every championship team had was an underpaid guy. If you go back to the Chicago Bulls old days, Scottie Pippen on a $7 million, on a $19 million deal for 7 years, it's easy to build around that. If a guy only getting 19 for 7 years, or if you go to Miami or the OKC, LeBron and KD took less money. So it's always an undervalued guy, and it's always some guy that's 6'8" to 6'10" that's a great defender on any championship team you could ever think of. So Jay Crowder, I mean, he is something that we can need because he is a streaky shooter. We can use some shooters, but it's our size because teams do not fear us when they go to the paint. Now, I'm going to throw some numbers out to you so you can understand the bond that Arturis and Mark Eversley put themselves in. Chicago right now, they got a cap of $133 million. Next year goes up to 134, only $1 million extra. Right now, we're sitting at 148 million, and the luxury tax, I believe, is over 150 million. Jerry has never went over the luxury tax in the history of the Bulls. So adding the Jay Crowder means you got to give up something like, I believe, to get the contract right, you got to give up Kobe White and maybe Drummond or somebody to even get close to that $10 million that he demanded. But the bond that they put themselves in, the reason why you don't see Vooch getting his extension yet, we get $40 million to come off the books. That's when Matt Thomas, you got Tristan Thomas, Carlik Jones, they all come off the books, and plus whatever free agents. But out that $40 million, we only got $20 million in free cap space. So you got to ask Vooch to either take less money, because his extension going to take up the entire $20 million. So you don't have no money for free agents because all your money is tied up into 4 players. I'm surprised Mark Eversley and Arturis has not filed for a DPE on Lonzo Ball to have his salary deducted to get it off the book so we can go get a Jay Crowder. But as right now, the money just don't work, dog.
I'm with you.
Yep.
That's good stuff. I like when you bring the numbers into it. In fact, I actually looked at that the same. And it's 2 things. One, you're 110%. We have put ourselves against, put our backs against the wall when it comes to what we can do. So anything that we do is going to be acquired via trade. We got to swap out something. And I really don't think we re-sign Vooch. I don't think Vooch is going to be here next season.
But I don't think there's too many big time free agents for that little 20 mil. And even then, if you want to acquire something via trade, you got your birds, you got the non-birds, and then, early bird, and then you got the non-bird. If we go get Jay Crowder, he don't fall under none of that. So he gonna hit the cap off the soft cap, and we ain't gonna be able to sign him without going into the luxury. So they have put themselves in a super bind. So yeah, I can see why you saying Vooch has to probably, if he don't take less money, he got to go.
One of the things that's been floated around right now is Lonzo Ball's contract does have some insurance. We don't know exactly what that means, but for the remaining cash that's guaranteed for him,
the insurance that they talk about is a DPE, which they can get half that salary deducted off of him. So that's $10 million that we can use towards our cap.
With that being said, if it is what you say it is, because I haven't looked into that further, because I believe that we're going to end up parting ways with Lonzo Ball. I believe that's going to happen.
I think his career is over.
Man, them Ball brothers built like dry spaghetti, man. All of them. They bones break so damn easy. But yeah, I do understand that, with the point guard situation, but we got a point guard. I don't understand why he don't use Dragic in them situations. Caruso messed up in the Pacers game on that same inbound play, and he did it tonight. Why not? And then Vooch is the tallest player on the court at that time. I think our core is Billy Donovan and Acme. You could have put Vooch on the inbounds. I understand you're going to put your least shooter, the one who can't shoot, on the inbound pass, but he has messed up time and time again. You got Pat Williams sitting on the bench, which is our best three-point shooter by percentage. You got Kobe White sitting on the bench, which DeMar should have been taking that ball on the inbounds because you drawing up a plate. We down 3 for the person who take the least amount of threes on the team. So, yeah, Acme and Mark Evans, Acme is in trouble right now. I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe y'all got some ideas or some trades because I don't know what they can do with Kobe White being the biggest trade piece with a $6 million contract. That's puny. Who can you get for $6 million?
We got a piece of cheese. We got a cube. That's it. That's the only bait we got.
And then any other trade piece that we have is contracts are puny. They're under $6 million. So you got to package a Tony Bradley, Kobe White, a Drummond. You actually giving up your depth on your bench. So I don't understand what they was thinking. We fell victim into that new GM trying to put his stamp on the team, and he put himself in the bind.
Yeah. We got he's hoarding trash. That's what he is. He's hoarding trash. We got Marco. We got Tony Bradley. Neither one of them have seen any time except garbage time. And We'll be all right if Jerry will go over the luxury tax at least once in his goddamn life. But like the luxury tax is over 150 mil. We sitting at 148. That man ain't touching above that at all. No way. Hey man, thanks for calling in.
Appreciate you, man.
But hey, thanks for calling in, bro. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you guys.
All right, man. Take care. All right. Apologies to everybody else that's in the queue. We got a number of different callers in there, but man, we are running super long at 53 minutes. So we're going to wind this one down. Kid, we got the Hornets on Thursday. It's, I feel like we're going to get our ass kicked that game too. I don't know why.
We just lost to them not too long ago.
Yeah. I think they've got our formula and we don't make adjustments. So anyway, so kid, any parting thoughts here on this 108 to 103 loss?
Don't believe the hype. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Something's going to shake. Yeah. I don't think someone as competitive as Arturas is going to allow this to stand. And if it does, that means that this is going to be one heck of an offseason.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. All right. So for P Kid right here on the Windy City Breeze, Chicago Bulls versus LA Clippers post-game show. We're going to say goodnight to everybody. We will catch you again next time on Thursday for the Bulls versus Charlotte Hornets post-game show. Remember to follow P Kid on Twitter. Follow me. Everything is in the description of this video. Check out the Bulls podcast at Bulls Podcast and on Twitter at Marcus Couch is where you can find me. Until next time, take care, everybody. Go Bulls.
Peace.